So in this video, what I'm going to show you is how to build a lead pool, so a wait list of leads that want to jump on your offer as soon as you launch it. So when you launch a new offer, or you launch a cohort or a course cohort, you always have people waiting. You don't have to risk doing the time for a whole launch just for you to get no's, or maybe next time, or things like this. So what I'm going to do is start with I think the most basic things. Number one is traffic. So most of you have this if you're posting content on LinkedIn. What you need to do is move this traffic into either a lead magnet or newsletter. So again, I believe this is self-explanatory. Of course, there's different ways to do this. Just plug these under your posts and plug them, optimize your profile so people click into it. After this, send your newsletters out like normal. So you want to plug your wait list in your newsletter so people join. And just a quick tip here, when plugging your waitlist, what you want to do is you want the links to be higher up, because if you put it next to the bottom, it's going to be much harder for people to see it. A lot of people won't see it anyway, and it won't be people's main focus. It'll kind of be like an afterthought. So an example is if you keep sending the same template every day on an email, people are going to get used to the template and think of it as an afterthought. Hence why you want to switch it up. Plug the waitlist in the middle of your content, plug it at the bottom at the top to switch it up so you can actually get clicks on there. I did forget a line here, so let me just add that now. Cool. So once somebody joins a newsletter or lead magnet, there's also a way to automate people joining the waiting list, and that is by having an automated sequence. This sequence doesn't have to be focused on your waiting list, and I'll explain that in a bit, but it will push people to the waiting list after. This sequence, I'm sure you've heard of welcome sequence before. It will just be your average old welcome sequence, so building relationships, showing your case studies. But when you have a main focus, which is your wait list, you will plug that in the sequences. So the great thing about this is once the wait list, you closes down, you can stop plugging it in sequence. The sequence can still run, but you can change the CTA to maybe a sales CTA or CTA for a course, whatever you're selling, but essentially the main focus of your at a time. So that's a great way to automate it, and I think that's one of the efficient ways to automate it. So now, how do you actually make the waitlist leads? Because a waitlist is great, but it could be people just joining. They actually aren't interested in your offer. They might not even end up buying it, or it might just be low conversion. And this is what a lot of people miss out. A waitlist, you can't just leave it to rot. People click your waitlist and then you never speak to them again. What you need is something called touch points. So touch points, you can see I've put by these emojis. It's essentially getting them to do things. You touch other posts in your funnel, and you're getting micro yeses for them. So micro yeses just means they said yes to something and they're doing something for you that they usually wouldn't do, or they're taking value from you in a way they usually wouldn't. So what you can't do here is just your waitlist is give them extra value. That's not how this works. You actually have to make them do action. So I've given an example here. One touch point is you can upload a 5-minute YouTube video. So the waitlist, maybe you send an update out, say, hello guys, I've just done this curriculum in my cohort, just updating them. And then you can say, I've recorded a quick 5-minute video going over what it might entail and what you might go through. And then you can link the video, it's 5 minutes, but that just makes them take an action for you. And another example is a survey. So you can say, we have 4 weeks left, but I want to give you guys a discount. If you do a survey, it will give you a discount, but what it also does, it allows me to know what you exactly want to know, so I can optimize the cohort before the launch. So just things like this incentivize them to do touch points with you, and that just, when it comes to the actual launch, they've already taken multiple actions with you. For conversion rate, it will be much higher. And in some ESPs like ConvertKit, you can actually check people's history. If you check and they converted, you'll probably see that they've taken multiple touch points from you. Because at the end of the day, it's not that easy to take people's money. It's a hard-earned cash. You need to nurture them a long time. The tactic of just sending straight sales emails out of nowhere, unfortunately that doesn't work anymore. Here what I've done is put ... because of course you can carry on as much touch points. I would recommend doing your waiting list for at least 60 days, gives you time, and then once you're doing your current cohort, you can run the wait list for the next cohort for 60 days again. and then it just gives people time to think about the offer and take as much touch points as possible. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you want to learn more about the system, you can join my newsletter. So I always email about these systems. I do breakdowns on working systems, real life systems. And if you want help with this, of course, my DMs are always open. So just let me know.